Wednesday edition of the Box Seat. I'm Adam McGrath and joined by Mark Olmos. Mark, a different setting but the same box seat.
Yeah, it certainly is, Adam. Great to be here with you. A Wednesday card to have a look at. A little bit different and a bit nice, that backdrop, isn't it?
Very nice indeed. 9 races to take a look at here. Let's look at the conditions that we are going to be faced with. The movable rail is out 15 metres. There is a cutaway in the straight, and thankfully the rain has left Perth, so we've got some good conditions for racing as well. Let's get straight into race number 1. It's over the 1100 metres for the 2-year-olds.
Yeah, of course, a Salinger handicap, Adam, and the horse we're going to have a look at, it is a trial, but Pearl Trade hitting the line nicely.
Trying to come through now is Brave Bella and trying to hook around the heels, and on the outside is Golden Trigger, and back behind them is Pearl Trade, and then came Sin City Girl, and last is Haran. 150 to go. Conditori's going well. On the outside is Golden Trigger, giving chase strongly now. Conditori joined by Golden Trigger. Late on the scene is Pearl Trade, but in front Golden Trigger, and Golden Trigger beat Pearl Trade.
Nice performance there by Pearl Trade. Of course, this is the full sister to First Trade, a horse I know you've got a big opinion of. I see that Patrick Carberry's elected to go this way as well. He had a couple of options in the race. Of course, he rode Summer's Dream last start as well. So I think that's a nice positive. Barrier 8, there's enough speed in this race. I think we'll see her attacking the line strongly.
Golden Trigger, of course, won that trial, is in this race as well. I dare say he'll open up fairly short though, so it's a very open race. I think any of the horses, they all have chances and all have claims. But to find some value, I'd be going around Golden Trigger.
Look, I've got Golden Trigger on top, but I'm with you because I think basically all 9 can win this race. I think there's not much between the top 6. So if you're going to take that $2, I think you're being very risky going in. Don't be surprised to see the horse win. Peter Nucky takes a ride now. Barrier 3, the form lines are proven and much stronger as well. But for $2, I'm not punting.
Just want to talk about one as well. These colours have been very successful of recent times. The Darlingview Thoroughbred colours, that is. Uncle Con. Now, if you watch its first start behind Driftwood Girl, was off the bit in chasing and probably about 2 to 3 lengths away from the field detached. Ran on very nicely and hit the line well. That was over 1,000 metres behind Driftwood Girl. This is 1,100 metres, and of course Lucy May has come out of that Driftwood Girl race and won the Magic Millions race, so the form's good.
Yeah, the form lines certainly hold up from that race, and there was just so much you could have seen wrong with Uncle Con on that occasion. So I'm with you. The experience that the horse should have got from that, the visors go on here, up the extra 100 metres. I think this horse will be doing the best work late and certainly is one that you should include into your 4, and I've done that, but I've got number 1 Golden Trigger on top, from 6 Pearl Trade, 3 Uncle Con, and 5 Time and Truth.
I've got the Trigger on top as well, number 1 Golden Trigger, from the 3 Uncle Con, 6 Pearl Trade, and 2 Cool Intrigue.
Race number 2 at Ascot, an event over the 1,000 metres, and Mark, again, this is a pretty open field.
It really is, Adam. Our replay horse, though, is a runner-up from last start. It was at Albany. Number 3, Mervyn.
Namguya Bell, Secret Spiral, and well back to Templars Cross and Abbey Rocks. Mervyn raced up to Aquarian Girl, who fights on strongly on the inside, though, and still holds a neck lead. As they come down with 100 metres to go, Recapitulates along the inside with a late run. Recapitulate goes to Mervyn and Aquarian Girl, and Recapitulate wins. Recapitulate.
This is a good performance there by Mervyn because we hadn't seen the horse since the 7th of November, so it went into the race without any trial close enough leading up to the date. It was back to late, but it was a good performance nonetheless, beaten 0.8 lengths. I think it's going to get a lot of fitness from that run, which is exactly what we see. Jerry Noski will be riding after Lucy hurt herself on trials on Monday, so take note of that as well. But I just think there's a lot of positives for this horse moving forward.
Had to do a lot of work in that run at Albany and was on the speed, and to be only beaten by Recapitulate, which was on the inside and had the lovely sit on the 2 leaders. Look, there was plenty of merit in that effort. Barrier 12 might need a colder ride, which could do it the world of good and see it finishing off late. We've also got in the race, Adam, number 7, Conical Peak. Now, last start was disappointing first up, but the trials before that were very good.
Yeah, the trials were sensational. Now, they might have been the soft track. When you take a look at the breeding to Turkle and Ricky Tiki Tavi, those guys didn't get through that type of ground as well. That was on a soft 6, of course. Now, she also returned with laceration, so believed out of the gate she sort of did that to herself. So I'm willing to forgive this run a little bit. I like what she did close to the line, the last sort of 100 metres, then past the post as well. Barrier 9, again, a little bit tricky, but I'm expecting improvement.
Number 8, Cool Culture from the Jim Taylor Yard. Jason Brown rides here. Barrier 5, a typical Jim Taylor-like preparation, has already had 2 preparations. This is its 3rd preparation at the races. Looks to be another jump and run job.
Yeah, it looks ready to go, doesn't it? You're right with the Jim Taylor preparation. Then you take a look at the trial, winning by 1.5 lengths. I think the form lines are good enough here. Barrier 5, 55 kilos. I think what you said, just jump, run, it'd be very hard to get past. So I'm going to put it on top. Cool Culture from number 3, Mervyn, number 7, Conical Peak, and then 9, throwing in Lucky Linda Lulu.
8 on top for me as well, Cool Culture from the 9, Lucky Linda Lulu, number 3, Mervyn, and the 10, Rogue Empress.
Race number 3 at Ascot. It is a Class 3 handicap over the 2200 metres, and this is a really competitive race, Mark. I think there's a couple that can win this as well.
It certainly is. There's one particular form line that we'll have a look at. Number 7, Plain Vital, running second behind Lashilla.
2 lengths in front, but now the challengers are coming thick and fast. Lashilla also strikes twice, and Plain Vital is getting a wriggle on as well, but Lashilla kicked away at the 150. Lashilla booted 2.5 in front of Plain Vital, strikes twice, then Regal Rogue, but Lashilla pulling right away. This has been a very good ride by Noski, and Lashilla won by 3.
Nice performance there by Plain Vital. Was probably a little bit unlucky through that race, was keen through the early stages and just didn't get the run they wanted. Now, barrier 1, I think, is ideal. You see Mature Autier take the ride. Of course, he's won on this horse before. I think it's going to get a nice run throughout, and you have to admit those form lines are very good, as you mentioned, around Lashilla, even going back 3 starts to go to point as well. So I think Plain Vital's ready to win.
Strikes twice, was well beaten in that race, 4.3 lengths. Tommy Toucan also well beaten, and Greater Impact had to do a lot of work on that occasion, beaten 8.5 lengths, just had nothing in the straight, was wide around the first turn and then let down in the straight with nothing to give. I think it can get a much softer lead in a field of only 10.
Yeah, that'll certainly be the added bonus there for Greater Impact. There's a few positives for these other runners. I think Strike Twice will improve again from barrier 5. He's jumped from 10 to 9 the last 2 runs. Tommy Toucan gets 3 kilos off the back as well, and Greater Impact, as you said, the speed not in the race, so I think he can run a race, but I think they're all going to be beaten by one horse, and that's At the Ready here. William Pike takes a ride for Jeff Durant and Jason Miller. The Let's Twist form lines are good enough. This horse missed the kick at the start, lost a length, and settled further back than they would have liked. If they get out of the gates, I think it's the one to beat. From number 5, Dagor Lad, 6 Kawaja and 3 Strikes Twice.
Number 6 goes on top for me. Kawaja, thought the run was excellent. Out to 2200 metres will suit. From number 4, At the Ready, 5 Dagor Lad, which is on the 1 week backup, and number 10, Greater Impact.
Race number 4 at Ascot, and it's an event for the 3-year-olds. It's over the 1200 metres. And there's a Cerise and White runner here in Mark. That's 1 from 1, and I think it's going to continue to catch the eye.
Yeah, it was a nice winner last start at Bunbury, beating Nazareth. Let's have a look.
To the outside for Smith. He starts to wind it up, but Nazareth is still well clear down to the 250. He shakes him up. He led by 2, Senorita Bonita. Bold Success starts to hit overdrive though. Bold Success coming at Nazareth. At the 100, Nazareth tackled by Bold Success. Bold Success and Nazareth. They'll go to the line. Bold Success. Bold Success.
He was certainly very green in that race, even when he did hit the front, left it late and then still sort of wobbled out in front. Now, Nazareth was disappointing the next start. You can read into that what you want, but I think this horse definitely has the most upside in the field. As I said, will be doing a bit wrong still. Is clearly very green, but you just know that Cerise and White from barrier 9 is going to get back and run on pretty strongly.
Yeah, look, the 58 kilos was the concern for mine, and I want to see him do it again against a better type of opposition, which this race is. We've also got number 8 there, Clever Keza, the first starter from the Erklands yard, really nicely bred type by Smart Missile out of a Zabeel mare, and the recent trial was very good. Sat outside of the leader on that occasion, and from barrier 10 here, I'm actually pleased with that barrier. We'll go back, get a bit of cover, run on, and I think we'll see the best of it here over 1200 metres and beyond.
I think you've summarised it perfectly. The breeding's really good here. The trial was nice. I think this is a nice stepping stone to some better races this prep as well. I think a bit like the Royal Missile, as you said, will run a nice 1200, but the 1600 metres that we've seen that galloper run in Perth as well, I think will be ideal. So for me, this is a nice watch and sit back, view it, see what the horse is going to do moving forward, but I think we'll only see positives.
You're on top, Adam?
I'll go with number 1, Bold Success, from 6, Bounce Down, number 3, Delavadova, and 11, Oregon Bronze.
I've got the 8 on top, Clever Keza. I like what I saw in the trial. Number 7, Carnelian, 11, Oregon Bronze, and 3, Delavadova.